What is neurographics? Neurographics is a drawing method which combines psychology, creativity, and simple visual drawing technique to reduce stress, improve quality of life, achieve goals. What makes neurographics especially appealing is the fact that it's so easy to start. All you need is a piece of paper and a marker. If you have never tried neurographics or neurographic art before, it's really easy to start. Come with me and I'll show you how to do it. You can start with any marker you have available. I'm going to be using today the fine point for the sake of the video so you can see the lines better. However, if you have the fine point, ultra fine point marker, that's fine too. To be quite honest, you even can use a pen or pencil. However, markers are recommended. So, start drawing simple neurographic lines. Start pretty much anywhere on the page and draw a line. When you're drawing a neurographic line, feel where it wants to go. Neurographic line is not traditional line, not in the sense that we're used to. It has several qualities. Neurographic line is the line which goes where we don't expect to see it. Now, I hear the question a lot, what does this even mean? I'll explain. When you put your marker on the paper, let's say I start here, I always know where my hand wants to take me. For example, my hand wants to take me up, take the line up. What I do, I change the direction slightly. It doesn't have to be a 90-degree angle. It doesn't have to be a huge change. However, we always draw a line with slight resistance. So that's the first quality of neurographic line. Draw it with a little bit of a resistance. Drawing one neurographic line could be quite a bit of a challenge at first, but once you get a hang of it, it will become easier, just like any practice. Draw as many lines as you want. The lines can cross, that's actually what we want. They can run in any direction. They can be horizontal, they could be vertical. Make sure that your lines don't create the patterns. And when I say patterns, you don't want anything repetitive like this. That's exactly what neurographic line is not. So we don't want any repetition here. We challenge ourselves to go outside of the familiar path and create new neural connections. And the way we do it, we draw a neurographic line. That's the first part. The second step is to round the corners or intersections. We find a collision of the lines. Basically, the intersection is that spot where the lines collide. Find the X. That's the part where lines collide. And round the intersection. Rounding is a process of drawing half circles and smoothing those corners. So now find the intersections and round those corners. The intersections are the parts where the lines collide. For example, here's the intersection. Here's the intersection. Here's the big intersection where several lines collide. In neurographics, collision represents tension, conflict, or competing thoughts. And we don't want that on our paper. The goal is to round every intersection. In order to round the intersection, we draw half circles. When we do that, we literally create a new neural connection. The goal here is to round every intersection. So you draw half circle here, half circle here, half circle here and here, and then you add color. We fill it up with color, and now we have this tiny neuron here. Same here, half circle, we add another half circle, and then we add the color. We fill it up with color. Our goal is to turn every intersection, every corner into a smooth connection. Our brain loves this activity. If you do it for several minutes, you will see how your internal stress may transform into peace. It sort of quiets down, the thoughts will quiet down, the breathing will normalize. So that's the essence of neurographics, drawing neurographic lines and then rounding the corners or rounding the intersections. As you do that, I recommend focusing on 4 main points. How is your breathing? How is your body? Do you feel any tension? Maybe you feel relaxed. I often ask myself, what thoughts do I have? Because our brain still stays very active. Some of us might even get some kind of images. And I don't mean on the paper that just will start seeing images. I'm saying that sometimes people say that when they draw neurographic art, all of a sudden the image of a pool or sun or some random image will pop up in their head. That means that neurographics is working. The process is actually taking its course and doing the job. Some of us might get breakthroughs, believe it or not. Keep going until every corner and every intersection is rounded. So once you're done rounding, you can start playing with color. And for that, you can use pencils or highlighters. We'll talk about color and coloring tools in the next video.